I will straight away jump on to the time management matrix, which talks about that there are tasks which are urgent and not urgent. There are tasks which are important and not important. And Dr. Stephen Covey has presented it in a brilliant fashion in Time Management Matrix, where he says that all these tasks and all your tasks, be it your personal or professional, they are divided in 4 quadrants. Quadrant 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, Quadrant 1 is the quadrant where everything that is urgent and important goes in there. For example, if you have a crisis in hand, if there's an emergency, or if you have some timeline-driven project, which you have to do, you have no choice, you have to close it. Now, those kind of tasks, which are both urgent and important, fall in Quadrant 1. And if you do not take care of these tasks, it ultimately results in a higher stress levels. Coming to Quadrant Number 2. Now, Quadrant Number 2 are the tasks which are important to us, be it professionally or personally, but they are not urgent. For example, if you have to make payment of your health insurance premium. Now, you know that's a cyclic process. You have to make payment of that premium like once a month or once in 2 months or once in a quarter or maybe biannually or annually. So those are things that you can plan. So anything that you can plan and do falls in Quadrant 2. Now, this is the golden quadrant, because pretty much whatever you put in Quadrant Number 2, if you plan it and manage it really well, it will take care of so many things that you have to do in your life. Again, be it professional or personal. Moving from Quadrant 2 to Quadrant 3. Now, this quadrant is not important but urgent. And I know what you're thinking. We come across this situation pretty much a lot of times. When you're working on a report and your boss calls you all of a sudden, you have no choice. No matter how important work you are doing, but the work that you got from your manager or boss is not important, but it is urgent. Now, how you deal with it? See, there are certain situations you cannot say no. However, the best way you can deal with tasks which fall in Quadrant Number 3 is delegate. Try and delegate those things which are not important to you, but they have come to you in form of an urgency. I'm sure you will be able to do it. Now, moving to Quadrant Number 4, this is the quadrant which is not important and not urgent. And even though we know that there are a lot of things that fall in this Quadrant Number 4, but we still choose to do it, and at the end of the day, we kind of regret that we do not have time to do a lot of critical things. For example, you're spending a lot of time on social media, you're spending a lot of time on talking with your friends, you're spending a lot of time messaging. Now, those things are completely not important and not urgent. You should take care of those things either in your free time or probably when you're back home after office. So, things that are in Quadrant 4 are complete time wasters. So just to reiterate my point, Quadrant Number 1, whatever comes in there, you have to manage that task. Quadrant Number 2 is the Quadrant of Focus. This is where you have to focus on every task that comes your way. Quadrant Number 3 is reject and explain. And most of it, how you do it, is delegate. Quadrant Number 4 is resist and seize. This has complete wasters. Dump them completely. And to end this conversation and to summarize all of it, again, I will read a quote from Dr. Stephen Covey's book and his book on Time Management Matrix. He says, the key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities. I'm going to repeat it again. He says, the key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities. And I'm very sure with this small tip, all of you will be able to manage your work really better. Thank you so much. Have a good day.